Hello everyone, and welcome to the next Magical Ever After Live session where I just come on and talk to you guys about all different ways to manifest love, self-love, work with angels, fairies, and mermaids, and call in all the best things. So today I'm going to talk about a little different aspect of manifesting love, and it's about doing that in terms of numerology and what our personal years in numerology says about what your love life and self-love will be for the upcoming calendar year. I thought it would be fun since, we're almost upon January, which how has that happened already? That's crazy. So this in particular is not in my book, Magical Ever After. So this is like an exclusive fun little bonus because, if you've been following me, you know how much I adore numerology and I love getting to talk about it because I just find it so accurate. And especially in terms of personal years. So if you don't know, numerology is a system where we can calculate our birthday and where we can also convert our names to numbers and calculate that, and it'll tell us different aspects about who we are, what we're meant to do, and how we're meant to do it. And a personal year is calculated when you add up your birthday and the date and month, not the year, with the current calendar year. So for this, I encourage you to use 2026. And that will land you with a calculation that then you can continuously reduce down to a single digit, and that single digit has to be between 1 and 9. And depending on where you land in your cycle from 1 through 9, that'll indicate what your overarching theme for the following year, in this case 2026, will be. And I love this so much because I think personal years are so spot on. I knew about numerology since I was about a teenager, and I knew about my life path number, and I'm a 7, which is intuition, spirituality, so I knew that felt very accurate. But it wasn't until I learned about personal years a couple years later that my mind was blown, and I really fell in love with numerology, and I dove deeper into studying all aspects of it. When I went back and I retroactively analyzed all the years that had happened and matched them with the themes of each number, I was shocked. It correctly predicted like breakups, new loves coming in, extra money coming my way, travel, adventure, times where I was happier, times where I felt like things were heavy. It was wild. So when you can understand your personal cycle and understand that life does have these ups and downs, you can use it to better predict what's coming. So that's why it's so cool and such a great tool to use. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to use that in terms of manifesting love, because we love talking about love here. So what you need to do is add up your birthday, your month, your month, your date, and the current calendar year 2026. So for example, my birthday is September 5th, so I would do 0 plus 9 plus 0 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6. And then whatever number I get there, I can't use my phone to show you, to calculate for you guys or help you because I'm using it here. But then you get a certain number, and then you would reduce that down, and then I know for me, I would get a 6. So say I add that all up and it might be 33, and then I would do 3 plus 3 and it's 6. So that's how you get that. If you are born in November, the 11th month, or if you are born on the 11th or the 22nd in a date of any month, you don't reduce these numbers down as they are master numbers. So those don't need to be reduced. So you say your birthday is November 14th, so you would just do 11 plus 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6. Or if you were born on, say, the 22nd, say July 22nd, you would do 7 plus 22 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6, and then add it up and continually reduce down. So you guys can try that now, and if anyone watching live, if you want to share your calculation, or if you have any questions about if you calculated correctly, I can help you with that. If you are watching the replay of this, you can comment below, and I could check your math, or I could tell you a bit more about it. So I'll give you guys a moment to do that while I take a sip of water. I got my Cinderella cup. Very, very all things Disney today and always. Carol said you'll be a 2. Ooh, awesome. Cool. So once you guys have your calculations, now that I'm going to get into what your personal year you said you calculated yours a couple weeks ago and yours is a 6. Ooh, awesome. Love that. I'm going into a 6 too. I like 6 years. I think they're good. Every year, of course, I need a preface. Every year has a mix of ups and downs. That's just life. There are some years that I find are a little extra like sparkly and magical than others, but that's also just my own personal opinion. I think the energy works with each of us differently, especially depending on the other numbers in our chart, such as like our life path, our destiny, our soul's urge. So anyway, now let's get into what the personal years mean and what this says about your love life and for romantic and self-love. So if you in 2026 are in a personal year 1 is the year of the self. It's about being the leader of your life. It's really embracing your individuality, and it's a fresh start. It's a new beginning. So in terms of love, this would actually be a really great year to set your intentions for what it is you want to call in terms of love. Like get really clear, really detailed with the universe. Be like, this is the kind of partner I want. These are the feelings I want to feel. 1 is also alignment energy, so spend time on a regular basis just getting into alignment and really feeling into what it would be like to have this love in your life. 1 is also huge on self-love because it's really embracing, embodying, and just adoring everything about you and appreciating this incredible soul you are. So this year, the more you lean into self-love, the more you can actively choose to compliment yourself, to see your inner beauty, to hype yourself up. That is going to make you a radiant magnet for love to really help you attract and call in even more love, and again, romantic love, and it could be like friend love too, which is always a great thing to call in. So next, if you are in a personal year 2 in 2026, this is your year of balance. 2, think of it like literally the scales. I always think of 2 as like Libra energy, where they like the peace. They're like the ultimate mediators. 2 is very big on relationships with others. So if this is a 2 year for you and you're trying to call in love, this would be really great for partnership energy, and especially calling in a partner that feels like a friend, because 2 is more friendship energy. So like kind of that best friends to lovers arc, calling in that. Also finding balance, finding inner peace, meditating on a regular basis, just really taking time to clear your mind and really just feel secure about who you are, what you want to call in, what you're meant to do, who you're meant to be, and also getting really clear and telling the universe like what it is you want. Just kind of almost feeling at peace in terms of your love life as well, like stepping into that version of being like, I know it's already done. I know it's already here for me. I know my perfect person, my perfect relationship is here, and I feel good, right? Because the version of you who has love, you wouldn't be worried about when is this going to happen? When's it coming in? No, you would just be enjoying the bliss, enjoying the moment, and really appreciating time at your partnership. 2 is also divine collaborations and partnerships. So if you are trying to manifest love, this would be a great year to ask your friends, ask your coworkers to meet new people, because you never know who they know. Someone might help you meet the love of your life. And again, just balancing the idea of taking action, actually like going out in the world, trying to meet somebody, but also balancing that with spiritual work, like visualizing, believing, trusting, doing inner healing to really make it come true. All right, so if you are in a personal year 3 in 2026, a year 3 is known as the sunshine number. It's joy, it's inner child play. So this, in terms of love, would actually be really good to go into inner child healing. So that could be going back to your childhood and seeing, the relationships you witnessed in your family, and understanding like how you learn to receive love and seeing if that is affecting you negatively or if that's blocking you from calling in love in any way. Because our first endeavors in life as a child, that really sets the tone of like, oh, this is what love is. Little kids are always just kind of trying to emulate the adults around them and trying to see like, how do I adult? So it's like we kind of absorb everything we learn about love in our subconscious mind, and that story presses play, and we might see that living out in our future adult life without really realizing that that's the story we're projecting, but it's because we learned as a child. So this would be a great year to go back, inner child healing, maybe even going to your inner child and like more of like a kid where maybe you had an unrequited crush that didn't like you, or you were bullied, or you were told you weren't lovable even as a teenager, and maybe that really stuck with you and that became your truth. So going inwards and really healing that younger version of you and telling them that they are so worthy of love, that everything is possible for you, that those things you learned, they might have been other people's projections, other people's truths, but they don't have to be your truth. So that would be a great great thing to do in terms of love, and even for self-love as well, going back and being like, what did I learn about myself as a child that I need to heal now? Also really leaning into self-love this year by finding things that really spark joy within, by finding what makes you happy. This is very big like fairy energy. So just like playing, finding joy, leaning into your sunshine, being social. So in terms of romantic love, this is also a really good year to get out in the world, because you're probably going to be invited to a lot of things. You might make connections with people you haven't seen in a while. So this would be a really great time to expand your sphere, because you might meet other people. And also it's a good time to call in just a fun relationship and set that intention for a relationship that brings you joy and happiness and kind of like has that inner child play feeling to it in a good way, not the inner child healing way. All right. If you are in a personal year 4 in 2026, 4 is the number of foundations, it's structure. So this is a year to really get organized, get in a routine, and kind of ask yourself, what foundations have you built your life upon, and what foundations is not working that needs to be knocked down, and what do you want to rebuild? 4s are kind of a year of hard work, and they're often known as a breakthrough year. So you might have some challenges pop up. But know that these challenges are just there to help you understand, help you learn and grow. So in terms of romantic love, this would be a great year to really like make a list of what it is you want, get organized, be very clear and precise, kind of similar to the 1 year of setting intentions, but just really think about what kind of future you want to build in terms of love, and what kind of partner do you want to be. This is actually a good year to find love, because it is a foundational year. So any relationship that starts in this year will have a solid foundation. It's also a good year to level up love. So if you met somebody in your previous 3 years of your numerology cycle, this would be a really great time to take that relationship to the next level. So whatever way you feel comfortable with at the time, whether that's, moving in or getting engaged or getting married. I actually got married in my 4 year, so that was like a fun foundational year. And my husband was actually in his 1 year of new beginnings, so it's funny that it kind of really aligned for both of us. In terms of self-love, the 4 years can really test you. Again, of course, every year has good and bad. It has a mix of both. They can really test you, but so just, as you're working hard, make time to rest and just appreciate yourself and enjoy your life and enjoy this life that you are building. Whatever you create, you are going to be very focused in the 4 years. So whatever you are able to create is going to have the capacity to last a long time. And whatever effort you put into will really pay off in the 5 year, which is celebration. So it's like we work hard so then we can enjoy and play. The 5 year, if you are going into a 5 year in 2026, this is your turning point. This is the middle of your cycle, because it's 1 through 9, so 5 is kind of the center. 5 is like known as the party year. It's a year of like good vibes, change, adventure, travel. Travel is a very big theme in the 5 year that can come up. So in terms of manifesting love, 5, this would be I feel like this is a good year for a partner to come in as well, because it is like, starting to see the tides change. So if you've been single for a while, or if you've been meeting people that don't really align with you, what you want for your future, you might see this turning point of like, oh my God, it's finally happening for me. And if you're not actually seeing that, that's when you can really lean into that energy. Like, well, what if things started to turn in my favor? What if I was actually starting to see the life I wanted to live in terms of love? What if it did work out for me? Like really playing into the biggest possible solutions of what your life could be is excellent in a 5 year. And because it also has that celebration energy, this is a great year to celebrate as if you already have love. So like be excited, pretend like when you're driving in your car, pretend you're going to go meet the most amazing person on a date. You could pretend you're texting your bestie after, being like, I met the most amazing person. Really like jump up and down, and again, feel that relief, feel that excitement, feel that fun. You might be more attractive and magnetic to people in this year. I guess because you kind of are living in that fun energy. I found that certain people find that they tend to get, if they're single and like looking, they tend to like meet more people, get asked out on more dates. It's just the fun energy, and it's an energy of trying something new. So if you're trying to manifest love, really put yourself out there. Don't stay at home. It's hard to meet someone at home, especially if you want to meet someone in real life and have that, fairy tale like moment where you just happen to see each other and everything clicks. Be a little bit more of a bolder version of yourself and go out there, try to meet new people, say yes to social events, try new classes, try new restaurants. When you travel, explore, you widen your circle, and there's more opportunity to meet people. In terms of self-love, really just celebrate yourself, celebrate your journey, celebrate all you've made it through, and just honor the amazing soul that you are. All right, if you are in your 6th year in 2026, like I myself am, 6 actually is the number of romance. It's about really nurturing yourself. It's about just romanticizing your life in general, like really seeing the beauty in you, seeing the beauty in your everyday. So this is obviously perfect for both self-love and romantic love. So in terms of self-love, take time this year to really nurture yourself. You might feel like you want to be a little more like cozy at home. If at this point you are in a relationship, it might be good to just enhance that love you have with your partner, spend time with them, just lean into the romance of it all, and just appreciate yourself, be gentle with yourself, and see the beauty in the you that you are. In terms of manifesting romantic love, this is the year to do it. It's very, very likely that people find love in their 6th year or within the 6th energy as well. Like, that could be, we have personal months, all these things that I can get into at another time. But 6 is the energy of romance. So really just put yourself out there, really believe that romance is possible for you, romanticize everything, and really lean into the feelings of like, well, what if I already had the love of my life? What would that romance be like? And you just know you are a magnet to love. Know that all year long you can manifest. So just really get clear, set your intentions. For this, I would recommend doing like a candle exercise. I have a candle exercise in my book. It's a candle exercise with the fairies. And basically what you would do, because candles, there's kind of that cozy, romanticized vibe, so it fits so well with 6. So what you would do is just like light your candle, get a fresh candle, and every day just visualize being with the love of your life. Kind of picture them as like a nondescript silhouette. You don't want to visualize a specific person because that blocks the universe off from being able to work its magic. So, and we don't want to ever try to manifest a specific person, because that is against other people's free will. Think about it. You wouldn't want someone to try to manifest you, so don't do it. Don't try to manifest your ex back. Don't manifest your crush. What's meant to be will be. So always leave it blank. But yeah, just light a candle and take time every single day visualizing, being happy in love. I would play like a love song that's not associated with anyone else to really feel into the romance, and know that once your candle has burnt down, the love of your life should be coming in shortly. All right, moving through. If you are in a 7 year in 2026, 7 is the number of spirituality, it's intuition, it's learning, it's deeper wisdom, it's analyzing. You might find yourself going a bit more inwards this year and thinking a lot. It's also like a spiritual awakening, or if you're already kind of in the spiritual vibe, it's a spiritual deepening. So your gifts are going to kind of be upgraded to the next level. So in terms of romantic love, this would be a really great time to kind of go inwards and connect with your guides, connect with your angels, fairies, mermaids, really consult your intuition about what your next steps in love are. Do some card pulls or ask the universe, like, where can I meet them, or how much longer is it? Sometimes they don't like to give us timelines, but sometimes they will always give us messages that are encouraging and hope, so that way we can feel into the energy now. And really just learning more. Like this would be, a 7-year would be a really great year to read a book like Magical Ever After and just learn, because knowledge is power. So the more you can learn about your energy, your spirituality, your natural gifts, your power, your manifesting power, the more you will be unstoppable and can do anything. And same thing in terms of self-love, just really being able to take time to go inwards and maybe even see yourself the way that your guides would see yourself from a spiritual perspective, and realize that you are an incredible soul, and your soul, out of any option in the world, your soul chose to be you. So really honoring that choice as well. So if in 2026 you are in a personal year 8 is the year of abundance. It is success. Did I say 2028? I think I meant 2026 if you are in a personal year 8. That is abundance, that's success. It's also manifesting. And this is a year where people really see their manifestations come through instantly. You are so magnetic in your 8 year. It's almost like you're guaranteed a new level of success. So if you are in an 8 year and you are trying to manifest love, like this is another really great year. Every year has its pros of manifesting love. The 6 is obviously the best because it is the energy of romance, but I think 8 is also really good because 8 brings us our dreams, our heart's desires, and it's infinity. So it's kind of bringing us like a relationship that is lasting, that is infinite, that you've been with throughout many lifetimes, many souls, like a soul you're very deeply connected to. So in this time, just manifest. Put the intention, do whatever it takes, embody the version of you who already has love. You could speak it into existence, be like, I know my love's already here. Like, ooh, I'm going to meet my partner. Like really write in your journal, do scripting, like as if like, I am so happy now that I have the most amazing soul in my life. I am so happy in love. We are so deeply connected. Life feels magical. Like really lean into that energy and know that your success is inevitable. And in terms of self-love, the 8 is just really great to hype yourself up, and even going back and making a list of all the ways you've already seen yourself as successful, all the things you've already achieved, even like the little things that we might not necessarily give ourselves credit for, like say like getting a driver's license. Like that's something we think like, oh, almost everybody does that. But like, no, that's an accomplishment. You did that. You had to take a test, you had to study. Sometimes they're hard, So like appreciating just like every little thing you've ever achieved and being like, wow, I am successful. I'm great. Owning your power. 8 is the energy of the powerhouse. So see yourself as a powerhouse and absolutely somebody who is worthy of love. That's another huge, huge, huge key, is the worthiness factor. And if you don't feel worthy, really going inwards and asking yourself like, well, why don't I feel worthy about love? What makes me feel like it's not possible for me? And then being able to heal that so then you can call it right in. And finally, the last year we have our year 9, which is the end of the cycle. 9 is a deep year of reflection. It's asking you to kind of take inventory of everything you've experienced so far in the past decade of your life and really surrender and let go what you don't want to take into the next cycle, and really get clear about what you do want to create and manifest in the next cycle. So in terms of love, a lot of shadow work, which is kind of going into the harder parts of our story, may pop up during this 9 year, and that's okay. Lean into that. You might find some pain from the past in love popping up, and that is okay, because when these memories pop up, it's just our soul, our body wanting to get it out of our system. Like I always say, like animals, when animals experience trauma, you see them shaking, and because that's them letting the energy leave their body. So you do the same. You can shake it out. But also like write it out, doing some heart healing exercises like forgiveness, especially in terms of manifesting love, forgiveness around your previous romantic partners, forgiveness around yourself, forgiveness around maybe your family, how you learn to perceive love, forgiveness around anything, just really writing out letters, maybe fully officially letting these people, these things, these beliefs go. Working with Archangel Michael would be great during this time, because Archangel Michael, he's mentioned in the book, Archangel Michael helps us surrender and cut away the energy of people who do not serve us any longer. I have a whole section of healing in Magical Ever After. We have a Archangel forgiveness exercise. We have a past life healing exercise. We have a generational trauma healing exercise, a self-love exercise. There's so many things. So if you're in a year 9, more than ever, I definitely recommend doing the exercises in this book, because the more that you're able to heal your heart and make space to clear out the old, that will open you up to receive the best in love. And the same goes for self-love too. The more you can heal and forgive and clear out whatever has been holding you back or has been stopping you from loving yourself, the more you can welcome in that divine true love. All right, awesome. You guys can let me know if you have any questions about that. If you're here live, you can comment now, or if you want, you can leave a comment if you're watching the replay. Yeah, so numerology is just so fascinating. And I think that when we can better understand the energy we are currently working with, it helps us better get into alignment and better get into a natural flow of working with, either surrendering or healing or romanticizing or intuition or, whatever your theme is, joy. Really leaning into that helps us feel more in alignment, more in our purpose, and it makes it that much easier to manifest. Okay, well, I hope you all enjoyed all of this. As always, you can always get more help on manifesting both romantic love and self-love with my book, Magical Ever After. It's available through Muse Oracle Press. If you order it from Spirit and Soul, you will have a signed copy. Those are always so fun. We do shipping too, so we can ship out the signed copies for you as well. And yeah, it's also available Barnes & Noble, Amazon. And thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Thank you, Carol. Thanks for joining. Bye.